Before talking about competition level questions and answers, we will see one more phenomena which is similar to diffusion: osmosis. By definition, osmosis is the process by which particles of a solvent tend to pass through a semi-permeable membrane from a less concentrated solution into a more concentrated solution. Let us understand what does this mean. Suppose this is a beaker. A semi-permeable membrane is kept in the middle of this beaker. Imagine semi-permeable membrane as a thin sheet which allows only few particles to pass through it and blocks many. Now equal volume of water is poured on both sides. On the right side, 2 spoons of sugar is added, and on the left side, 10 spoons of sugar is added. Here solute is sugar and solvent is water. On the right side, where sugar is less concentrated solution, and on the left side, where sugar is more concentrated solution. Now water particles from both the sides will try to pass through the semi-permeable membrane. On the right side, sugar particles are less in number, so there are less obstacles for water particles to move towards the left. So the net movement of water particles will be from right to left, that is from lower concentration solution to higher concentration solution. This movement of particles is never ending even if equilibrium is reached, means concentration of the solution on both the sides is equal. This phenomena is known as osmosis. Example of osmosis is water transportation in plants from roots to leaves and other parts. Difference between osmosis and diffusion. There are two key differences between osmosis and diffusion. First one is osmosis requires a semi-permeable membrane while diffusion does not. Second one is osmosis can only function in a liquid medium, but diffusion can function in all three mediums, solid, liquid and gas, as we have already seen in this chapter. Difference between evaporation and vaporization. The main difference is evaporation happens below the boiling point of the liquid, whereas vaporization starts at the boiling point of the liquid. Now let us see some NCERT exemplar questions. First question is, which one of the following sets of phenomena would increase on raising the temperature? First phenomena is diffusion. On temperature increase, diffusion gets quicker. We have already seen the example of hot sizzling food, so this is correct. Second is evaporation. We know that rate of evaporation increases on increase in temperature, so this also is correct. Third is compression of gases. In this piston cylinder example, we have seen when pressure is increased, gas changes to liquid or solid, and we know that gas changes to liquid because of cooling, means temperature decreases, not increases. So this compression of gases is wrong. It should be expansion of gases. So option C is correct. Second question. Seema visited a natural gas compressing unit and found that the gas can be liquefied under specific conditions of temperature and pressure. While sharing her experience with friends, she got confused. Help her to identify the correct set of conditions. We have to identify temperature and pressure conditions. Here the gas is getting liquefied, means it is getting cooled, that is temperature is decreasing. So either A or C option is correct. For pressure condition, when piston is pushed down the cylinder, pressure is increased. The distance between the particles is decreasing, means gas will change to liquid. So high pressure is the correct option. So the answer will be low temperature and high pressure. Third question. The property to flow is unique to fluids. Which one of the following statements is correct? First option is only gases behave like fluids. Second option, gases and solids behave like fluids. Third option, gases and liquids behave like fluids. Fourth option, only liquids are fluids. We know that only gases and liquids show fluidity. Gases are more fluid than liquids. So the correct option is option C. Fourth question. Which condition out of the following will increase the evaporation of water? First option, increase in temperature of water. Second option, decrease in temperature of water. Third option, less exposed surface area of water. Fourth is adding common salt to water. Let us see all the options one by one. First option is increase in temperature of water. If temperature of water is increased, more water particles will get enough kinetic energy to overcome the forces of attraction with other particles. That means evaporation of water will increase. So this option is correct. Let us see other options as well. Decrease in temperature of water is clearly the opposite of option A, so it is wrong. Less exposed surface area of water is wrong option. We know that surface area should be increased to increase the rate of evaporation. Fourth option, adding common salt to water. We know that only 4 factors are responsible for rate of evaporation to increase, and they are increase in surface area, increase in temperature, decrease in humidity, and increase in wind speed. That means this option is wrong. The correct option is option A. Fifth question. In which of the following conditions the distance between the particles of hydrogen gas would increase? First statement is increasing pressure on hydrogen contained in a closed container. We have seen in piston cylinder example that if the pressure on the gas is increased, it will decrease the distance between the particles. So this statement is wrong. Second statement is some hydrogen gas leaking out of the container. Volume of the container is fixed. If some gas particles move out of it, there will be lesser number of particles. That is, distance between them will increase. So this statement is correct. Third statement is increasing the volume of the container of the hydrogen gas. If the volume of the container is increased and number of particles are same, obviously distance between the particles will increase. So this statement is also correct. Fourth statement is adding more hydrogen gas to the container without increasing the volume of the container. If more hydrogen gas is added to the same container, number of gas particles will increase. That is, distance between them will decrease. So this statement is wrong. Only second and third statements are correct, so option C is right. Short answer questions. A sample of water under study was found to boil at 102 degrees centigrade at normal temperature and pressure. Is the water pure? Will this water freeze at 0 degrees centigrade? Comment. Answer is, we know that pure water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. Since this sample of water is boiling at 102 degrees centigrade, so the water is not pure. Pure water freezes at 0 degrees centigrade. Since this water is not pure, so it will not freeze at 0 degrees centigrade. Second question. A student heats a beaker containing ice and water. He measures the temperature of the content of the beaker as a function of time. Which of the following would correctly represent the result? Justify your answer. Temperature will remain constant at 0 degrees centigrade till the ice melts completely. Only in option D, temperature remains constant at 0 degrees centigrade, then it increases to 100 degrees centigrade. So option D is correct. Third question. Classify the following into osmosis or diffusion. First part is swelling up of a resin on keeping in water. First, we will see the presence or absence of semi-permeable membrane. If this membrane is present, it will be osmosis, else diffusion. In this case, resin's skin works as semi-permeable membrane. Since water concentration is more outside of resin, so it will move inside the resin through the membrane, causing the swelling up of resin. Second part is spreading of virus on sneezing. It is diffusion. Sneeze comes out of nose in the form of small water droplets containing virus, which diffuses in air. There is no semi-permeable membrane between nose and air, so it cannot be osmosis. Third part, earthworm dying on coming in contact with common salt. This is osmosis. On coming in contact with common salt, water comes out of earthworm's skin. Here earthworm's skin works as semi-permeable membrane. Due to loss of water, its skin dries up. Fourth part, shrinking of grapes kept in thick sugar syrup. This is osmosis. Water in the grapes comes out of its skin due to osmosis. Because of water loss, grapes shrink. Next part, preserving pickles in salt is osmosis. Due to the presence of salt, water comes out of pickle's content through its skin. Loss of water helps preserve pickle. Next part, spreading of a smell of cake being baked throughout the house. This is diffusion. Smell of cake contains gas particles which diffuse through air. Due to their high kinetic energy, they travel a long distance and spread throughout the house. Last part, aquatic animals using oxygen dissolved in water during respiration. This is diffusion. Oxygen is dissolved in water due to diffusion. Aquatic animals use this oxygen during respiration. Long answer questions. First question, you are provided with a mixture of naphthalene and ammonium chloride by your teacher. Suggest an activity to separate them. Answer is, put the mixture on a plate and spread it evenly. Now put the plate in a closed vessel and start heating the vessel. Naphthalene at room temperature sublimates, that is, it changes from solid to gas without leaving any solid residue. Naphthalene will be deposited on the inner walls of the vessel. Only ammonium chloride will remain in the mixture. Second question. You want to wear your favorite shirt to a party, but the problem is that it is still wet after a wash. What steps would you take to dry it faster? The answer is, to dry the shirt faster, spread and keep it under running fan at full speed. Water particles will be blown away quickly as the rate of evaporation increases with the increase in wind speed. Now let us see some Olympiad questions. I have taken these questions from NSO Olympiad workbook by MTG Learning. First question. Read the given passage and fill in the blanks by selecting an appropriate option. 1 is highest in solids while 2 is highest in gases. Gases and liquids both have high 3. So 1, 2 and 3 consists of some keywords. We have to choose the right combination of keywords which fill the blanks. So options A, B, C and D are given. One of these is correct. Let us see. 1 is highest in solids. So out of 3 keywords, fluidity, density and rigidity, we have to choose. So what is highest in solids? It is either density or rigidity. It cannot be fluidity. So option A is wrong. Let us see the second keyword. Is highest in gases. So what is highest in gases? Density, fluidity or compressibility. It is either fluidity or compressibility. Let us see the third one. Gases and liquids both have high compressibility, rigidity, density or fluidity. It is fluidity. So all the 3 keywords which are correct is in option D. That is rigidity, compressibility and fluidity. Second question. Read the given statements and mark the correct option. Statement 1. Pieces of dry ice gradually get smaller when left at room temperature. Statement 2. Dry ice undergoes sublimation. When you read the options A, B, C, D, what you need to do, first you need to figure out whether statement 1 and 2 are true or false and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1. Let us figure out. Statement 1 is pieces of dry ice gradually get smaller when left at room temperature. You know that dry ice is also known as solid carbon dioxide. When left at room temperature, it sublimates, means it directly changes from solid state to gas state and changes into carbon dioxide gas. And statement 2 is dry ice undergoes sublimation, which is correct, means solid directly changes to gas without passing through liquid state. So option A, which is both statements 1 and 2 are true, is correct and statement 2 is the correct explanation of statement 1, which is also correct. So correct option is option A. Third question. The freezing and boiling points of a substance P are minus 220 degrees centigrade and minus 185 degrees centigrade respectively. At which of the following range of temperatures will P exist as a liquid? We know that water's freezing point is 0 degrees centigrade and its boiling point is 100 degrees centigrade. Between these two temperatures, water exists as a liquid. Similarly, it is given as the freezing point of substance P is minus 220 degrees centigrade and its boiling point is minus 185 degrees centigrade. Between these two temperatures, it will exist as a liquid. So let us see among which options A, B, C, D is the correct one. First is between minus 175 degrees centigrade and minus 210 degrees centigrade. So let us see. Minus 175 degrees centigrade will come to the right of minus 185 degrees centigrade. So it will be out of range. So this option is wrong. Second option, between minus 190 degrees centigrade and minus 225 degrees centigrade. Minus 190 degrees centigrade will be between the range, but minus 225 degrees centigrade will be left of minus 220 degrees centigrade. So it will be out of range. So this option is wrong. Option C, between minus 200 degrees centigrade and minus 160 degrees centigrade. So minus 200 degrees centigrade will be within range and minus 160 degrees centigrade will be out of range. It will be right of minus 185 degrees centigrade. So this option is wrong. Option D, between minus 195 degrees centigrade and minus 215 degrees centigrade. So minus 195 will be within range and minus 215 degrees centigrade will also be within range. So this is the correct option. Fourth question. A brief information about three substances is given in the table. Substance name is P, Q and R and their melting and boiling points are given. Now the question is, which of the following is incorrect about these substances? So you have to figure out incorrect statement. First choice is, at room temperature, substance P will have fixed volume but no fixed shape. That means it will be in liquid state. Let us check. Substance P's melting point is 23 degrees centigrade and its boiling point is 60 degrees centigrade. So room temperature is in between these 2 points. That means P will exist in liquid state. So option A is correct. Option B. At room temperature, substance Q will have maximum space between the particles. Means it will exist in gaseous state. Let us check. Its boiling point is 20 degrees centigrade. So room temperature will be above the boiling point. Means it will exist in gaseous state. So option B is also correct. Let us check option C. At room temperature, substance R will have strongest interparticle forces. Means it will exist in solid state. Let us check. Substance R's melting point is 65 degrees centigrade, which is much above the room temperature. So R will exist in solid state. So option C is also correct. So all these A, B, C options are correct. So option D, which is none of these, means none of this statement is incorrect, is the correct choice. Last question. Study the given heating curve of substance X carefully and select the correct statement. Let us study the curve first. X-axis represents change of state and y-axis represents temperature in Kelvin. 273 Kelvin is freezing temperature, 373 Kelvin is boiling temperature. At point P, substance X is in solid state. Between P to Q, temperature rises. Between Q to R, temperature is constant, means it undergoes state change from solid to liquid. Between R to S, temperature rises from 273 to 373 Kelvin. And between S to T, it again undergoes state change from liquid to gaseous state. And beyond T, it is in gaseous state and its temperature rises again. So let us check the options. Option A is substance X exists in solid state at point 1. That is correct. In liquid state at point 3, that is also correct. In gaseous state at point 5 is also correct. So option A is correct. Let us check option B. QR represents latent heat of fusion. That is correct because it undergoes state change from solid to liquid between QR. While ST represents latent heat of vaporization. That is also correct because between ST it undergoes the state change from liquid to gaseous state. So option B is also correct. Let us check option C. At QR, matter exists both in solid and liquid states. That is correct. While at ST, matter exists both in liquid and gaseous state. That is also correct. So option C is also correct. Let us check option D. All of these means all of these statements are correct. That is the correct option. You may practice more competition level questions. Relevant links are given in the description box below. If you have any doubt, you may join our Discord server. Please subscribe our YouTube channel if you have not already done yet.